Ashley, we assume that it'll be search warrants like the last time there was a document dump. We got an indication that the documents might be coming on Friday. That didn't happen, so it's possible they could come tonight. Basically, the judge, we have learned, is signing off on new redactions, that these new documents will come out. But the way the process works, they have to go through the Supreme Court of Idaho's website, and then they get posted there. So it really could come at any moment.
Okay, Bryan, the other question I wanted to ask you is about this new legislation. This is like, it's earth-shattering, it's jaw-dropping to think. If Bryan Kohberger is watching the news or getting any news headlines, maybe even a newspaper, who knows, the headline in Idaho is going to be that the legislature passed the possibility of a firing squad. But take me through the nuances of it and how it could actually come to pass. If Bryan Kohberger is convicted, it's a death penalty case. If they seek the death penalty and if the sentencing goes forward, the jury has to agree, judge has to agree. How could that actually happen? What has to happen for firing squad to kick in?
Well, it's interesting because a lot of people didn't think this would happen. When I was filling in for you one night, we interviewed a lawyer from Idaho who said, I don't think it'll ever get that far. Well, guess what? It's now gotten that far. It's made it through the legislature. All that has to happen now is the governor has to sign off. And the issue here is they've got lethal injection right now in Idaho, but there has been a shortage of the medications that are used for the lethal injection. Such a shortage that there's been one case where a man was on death row and they've had to delay the execution because they haven't had the medicine. That is why this new bill came up. That is why it has now been passed. If there is a medication shortage and they don't have the medicine they need for the lethal injection, if this gets signed off by the governor, then they can use the firing squad. So, if it makes it all the way through, and if Bryan Kohberger is sentenced to death, again, a big if, we're just early on in the process, basically there would have to be a shortage of that special medicine that they use in the lethal injection, and then the firing squad would come into play.
It's remarkable because that has been one of the reasons so many lethal injections have been put off, executions have been put off, is because of the availability of the drugs. And so now this is the second backup. Looks like it would be instantaneous and there would not be that delay in time. But it's a big question. I think we're going to have to do a lot more conversation about it because it does require a number of people to actually be part of it. Typically, most of them have blanks. One of them doesn't, but nobody knows which one has the blanks. But there's a lot to it. So, Bryan Enton, thank you.
Like, subscribe, and comment below. See you next time.